Now joining us, an assistant coach with the gymnastics team, ranked 18th in the country. Her name's Natalie Broekman. Thanks for hanging out with us, Studio B.
You bet.
Welcome.
My first time here. I'm glad to be here.
What do you think?
I love it. I love it. I'd come back any day.
We love
it
too.
A sweet job.
And we have some grips over here from Guard,
yes,
which is a nice welcome addition to the set because you guys are competing really well right now. Maybe the surprise team at BYU this year. Maybe the most underrated team. How fun has this season been so far for you guys?
It's been super fun. I don't know if we're underrated, but it's been a few years of good hard work in the making. So, yeah, it's fun to be reaping the rewards finally. We've got a team that's just killing it right now. So,
see, you were a former gymnast here, so you know what this program is like. I'm curious from your perspective, from the time that you were, participating as an athlete to now, what do you think has been some of the biggest changes that's gone on in the program?
I don't know that there are a lot of changes. When I was here, we were a really successful program, and then BYU went through a few years of kind of down in the dumps, and our job has been to come back and build it back up. So we've done some good recruiting. We're getting some of those kids in now, and we've got a team of girls that are just working hard, and that's no different than when I was here 25 years ago. So
I had a ton of fun Friday calling the meet between 10th ranked Denver and Southern Utah. They go by the Flippin' Birds. That's a fantastic nickname. More nicknames coming up in a minute.
Yes.
But you guys post a season high. What went into making that your best meet of the season?
I had a coach ask me that last week, like, what's the difference this year? And you'll hear Tom Homo say all the time, like, the secret sauce of BYU athletics is the athletes. Mm-hmm. And so as much as coaches we would like to take credit, it really is that these girls are just working hard. And they don't ever stop. We train year-round. I mean, they're in the gym from June till May. And they've just worked really hard, and they've developed this new culture of competitiveness in the gym, and they're just killing it. They're killing it in the gym. They're killing it in competition. And I think by the time we get into meets, it's been so much competition in the gym that they just have a lot of fun at meets, and it comes out and it shows. And so now we're starting to see the big scores. So
I was going to ask you, what does this success mean to this specific group?
Well, we have 4 seniors who have been waiting a while to have a team that can do what they're doing this year. And these 9 young freshmen that came in this year are the ones that are pushing them. And so, we've got kids in lineups that are freshmen, some that are seniors, and they're just kind of feeding off of each other. And so the senior leadership has been great in establishing a kind of a new culture here. But these young freshmen are coming in with the gymnastics and just pushing everyone above them to be better. So
there were a lot of tremendous performances Friday, and you play Boise State Friday. We'll get into that in a sec. But Shannon Hortman-Evans, on the floor, she got a 10 from one judge. I didn't realize that we hadn't seen the other 10, so we're like, oh, she got a 10.
Yeah, go 10.
But she got. What was your reaction when you saw the 10 on the floor? Because that's a big deal in gymnastics.
Well deserved. There's a small group of people who actually ever accomplish that. And when I gave her a hug after that routine, I said, "Welcome to the club." It's a small group. And
because you had
Shannon,
a 10?
I had a 10 from one judge. Our other assistant coach, Brogan, she has scored a 10 before, but they don't come along very often, and they're hard to get. But Shannon, as you watch her on the floor, she sells it every week. And what she needed to do in that routine was to put her landings where she wanted them. And we have no problem with her selling the routine and just, showing off to the crowd. She just does that naturally, and that's hard to teach. But she put the landings where they belonged and did a great job. So we were really happy for her.
Was there a Russian judge there that didn't give her a 9-9?
I don't know. I thought the scoring was pretty fair Friday night, but I mean,
what did you think she deserved? 9.95, 9.75, 10?
Yeah, I think she got what she deserved. I thought it was a great routine.
It was fantastic. Yeah. Way to sidestep that. That was pretty good. You're a vet. What did you get a 10 in?
On the floor.
On the floor as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you compare your 10 to her 10?
Gymnastics is a lot harder now than it was 25 years ago, so I'll give her all the props on that.
We've talked about the fact that there are nicknames, especially locally, for some of the teams. The Red Rocks for Utah. They're fantastic, right? So, but they're Utah, so not that fantastic. Southern Utah, the Flippin' Birds. There's nothing for the Cougars.
I know.
So we have some really lame ones we want to sell you and see what you think. Okay. You ready
if
for
you
these?
like any of these, you need to give us credit if you ever use them.
I'm open.
I think these are terrible.
We've never even talked about this, so I'm open to any suggestion you have.
Okay, these are so bad. I don't even know why we're reading.
You know how you said you were really excited to be here and you'd love to come back again? That may change in mere seconds.
The Clawin' Cougs, Soarin' Cats, and our last one, Cosmos Kittens. Thoughts?
I don't like any of them.
Neither do I.
At least he was honest.
We couldn't come up with any good ones. If you've got a good nickname, tweet it in. Use hashtag BYUSN.
I like it. When we were here, we were always called the Lady Cougs.
Yeah.
And I always liked that. It kind of speaks to the high class people we are here at BYU.
It's better than women in math. Lady Cougs.
Yeah, I don't know. Soarin' what? Soarin'.
It doesn't matter.
The Soarin' Cats.
Yeah.
Let's stick with Lady Cougs for now. I don't like Cosmos Kittens. Our girls are way too tough.
Lady Cougs, the BYU Athletic Department says, hey, it's just Cougars,
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, we have a question. This, honestly, in all of our research, has never come up before.
Our research team came up with this. Yeah, about 20 people.
Yes,
yeah.
It's highly paid. Spend hours and hours on this. But we were looking over your bio, and it mentioned that you were listed as a demonstrator for the U.S. Gymnastics Federation, the Federation of International Gymnastics.
Those make sense.
And the U.S. Synchronized Swimming. What?
Yeah, I've never synchronized swam in my life. I don't know if that's a
What
word.
is your demonstrator?
But I was a demonstrator for all of those organizations for some compulsory programs that they were doing, just development of routines, and then for synchronized swimming for flexibility.
Flexibility.
Yeah, they just said, hey, we need a gymnast off the national team who's really flexible, who can come in and teach our synchronized swimmers how to be flexible. So my club coach and I went and did a thing. So
there you go. And now you've added it to your bio, and it's fantastic.
A funny quirk on there.
So you were on the national team for the U.S.?
Yes.
When and did you go to any Olympics or World Championships?
I never did international competition, but I did compete on the U.S. national team for 4 years while I was in high school, right before I came to BYU.
How is that experience benefiting the women in gymnastics that you coach now?
A lot of them do come off the national team. We recruit a lot of level 10s, and mostly when we recruit, we talk about bringing in the right kind of kid. So they may not be national team, or Olympian status like you see at the Red Rocks or some of these other schools, but we have a lot of confidence that we can bring in these strong level 10s and develop them into good college gymnasts. And I think this year is a good example of that. So, what's
the recruiting pool like in gymnastics for LDS gymnasts and non-LDS gymnasts and whatnot in the region or national? What's it like?
There are not a lot of LDS gymnasts in the country that are at this level. There are some, and we would love for them to come to BYU. And hopefully, as we build our program and get better and better, they will want to come to BYU. They're going to see that there's a lot BYU has to offer here. So we do recruit a lot of non-LDS girls as well. And again, it's just about recruiting the right kind of kids. And they're great. You look at our team, you can't tell who is.
And they love it.
They love it. They love it here. They're having a great experience. So
I am always fascinated by the work that athletes put in to prepare for their sport, for their event, whatever it is. What is the type of training? And you can speak to this obviously as a gymnast, but also as a coach that sees these athletes now too. What type of training goes into being able to perform at this level?
A lot of hard work, detailed training. Our girls are competing at a really perfectionistic level. I mean, we're talking about one slight wobble takes you out of a lineup.
You don't get a 10.
You don't get a 10, and you don't even make the lineup the next week. So these girls, it's hard. They train for perfection. We're using a mental strength coach, Craig Manning, this year a lot, and he's helping them with that, just being able to stay in the moment, stay present, and I think our girls are really benefiting from his work with them.
Dr. Manning's the man.
Yeah, he's
used
super
to coach
cool.
the tennis team here back in the day. Yeah,
Exactly.
He's great. Well, Natalie, we appreciate the time. Good luck against Boise State Friday, 9 Eastern on BYUtv, by the way.
Thanks.
And no pressure, but we expect at least one more 10. So
we do too. There's lots more gymnastics to happen. So
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And it's a fun matchup with Boise State. They're in the same conference, kind of a preview of the championship. So check that out. Natalie,
absolutely.
Thanks for coming in.
BYU Sports Nation Karma.
Oh, let's get. Oh, let's get your.
Are you aware of this? By the way?
Here we go.
No.
Okay, we've got two things for you. We are going to give the gymnastics team the BYU Sports Nation Karma.
They're good vibes. You
good
perform
vibes.
well.
Sending it your way.
Good.
And we need your signature on that flag if you don't
You can
mind.
sign anywhere on the stretch white flag you would like. Go for it.
I'd love to.
Great. Natalie Broekman, gymnastics assistant coach. Cougars ranked 18th in the country. Boise State's 13th, so that's a fun one coming up Friday night.